The evening I called my wife and heard a man's laughter beside her, something inside me didn't explode. It just went silent. Not anger, not heartbreak, just a calm emptiness. The kind you feel when your heart already knows the truth, and your mind stops trying to deny it. Her name is Emily. We've been married for 5 years. Long enough to build a life together. Short enough to pretend nothing was falling apart. Lately, she was withdrawn, staying late at work, keeping her phone locked and face down, laughing less with me and more at something I couldn't see. I convinced myself she was tired, stressed, overwhelmed. But that night, reality came before her words did. It was a Friday. I was still at the shop finishing a delayed order. I missed her, so I called. She answered softly, voice distracted. "Hey, I'm with some friends. I'll call you later, okay?" Then I heard it, a man's laugh in the background. Not just any laugh. Familiar, relaxed, too close. The kind you share with someone who knows you intimately. "Who's that?" I asked quietly. She hesitated. There was shuffling, a breath caught. "Just someone from work. Don't start." Wasn't planning to. I replied. She ended the call soon after. She never called back. I sat in the kitchen that night, phone still in my hand, listening to the clock ticking on the wall. I thought about every sign I ignored. Her smile at her screen, the way she moved away when I reached for her hand. Love doesn't break in one moment. It dims slowly. I just hadn't noticed how dark it had already become. She came home late. She kissed my cheek like nothing was wrong, smelling a cologne I didn't own, and disappeared into the shower. I didn't ask. I just watched her, realizing she was living a life I wasn't part of anymore. The next morning, she made coffee like any other day, scrolling her phone, smiling at messages she didn't show me. That's when I understood she wasn't hiding. She was comfortable. "Late night?" I asked casually. She blinked, a little startled. "Just drinks after work. You know how it is." "Yeah," I said quietly. "I heard." Her hands paused midair. For a second, her mask slipped. Then she forced a smile. "Jake, he's just a friend. You're imagining things again." That word, overthinking, landed like poison. I didn't argue. I kissed her forehead, picked up my keys, and left. But instead of driving to work, I parked across from her office and waited. Hours passed. Around lunchtime, she walked out with him, the same man from her photos, the coworker. They laughed, brushed hands, leaned in close as they walked down the street. I sat there gripping the wheel, staring at the version of her I didn't recognize anymore. By evening, I wasn't planning revenge. I just wanted the truth laid bare. When I got home, she was already there, hair damp, wearing my shirt, pretending everything was normal. "You're home early," she said with a smile. "Yeah, we need to talk." Her smile faded. "About what?" I looked straight at her. "About what it feels like to hear another man laugh beside you while your husband is on the phone." All color left her face. She tried to speak, but nothing came out. Tears filled her eyes, but I had already learned the difference between guilt and regret. "I called last night," I said softly. "You both sounded happy." "It's not what you think." I almost laughed. "Emily, it's exactly what I think." That night, she slept on the edge of bed, facing away from me. I stared at the ceiling, wide awake, realizing there was nothing left to fix. Only truth left to accept. At sunrise, I got dressed, packed a small bag, and walked out. No note, no message. Just silence. By noon, I was parked outside the same restaurant. She arrived soon after. Same dress, same perfume, same smile she used to reserve for me. The man was waiting. He whispered something. She laughed. Only this time, she didn't know I was there. I stepped out of the car and walked toward them. My footsteps made her turn. Her smile vanished instantly. "Jake, what are you doing here?" "Just watching," I said quietly. "Like you said, I overthink. So I thought I'd see for myself." She reached for words. They never came. I handed her the house keys. "Stay with him. You already have." Then I walked away. The next day, she showed up at my shop. Her eyes were red, makeup smeared, hands shaking. Jake, please? I didn't mean for it to go this far. I looked at her and felt nothing. Not hatred, not love, just relief. You should have thought about that before you laughed. I said calmly. She broke down. I turned away. Sometimes the coldest revenge is no revenge at all, just letting go. And that day, no one was laughing.